Hello, I'm coming to you in long shot to talk about films. If you didn't know, Studio Canal, a Canal Plus company, has decided that this summer would be the perfect time to release newly remastered 4K versions of the two Doctor Who movies they made in the 60s. Now, I live in the west of Ireland, a place totally unrenowned for its Doctor Who fan community, so I was shocked to discover that the two films had screenings in practically every cinema around me. Since I wasn't particularly bothered about the new home media releases not having a 4K disc player or indeed a 4K screen to bloody play it on, the big screen was a nice way to get to see these. I'm going to tell you about what the screening was like and what I thought of the films. In total, apart from me, there were 6 other people at the screening. I think I was the youngest one there. Anyway, the films. The first started surprisingly quickly to me after the sole Studio Canal, a Canal Plus company, logo and a slide about how amazing the amazing new restoration was. The opening credits were written in a bit of a funny typeface. On the whole, Doctor Who and the Daleks felt a bit flat to me. Flat in humour, flat in scenery, and most of all, flat in sound. There's so much silence, which doesn't help the humour of bumbling idiot Ian the Companion. I would have liked more music, really, but it might not have been within the budget or artistic intention in 1965. The most exciting and impressive parts of the film I found to be the mountain matte painting and the end bit where the Daleks blow themselves up, because there's exciting sound as well as the Daleks in bloody colour, which some people say is the main attraction of this film. Sure, it was an attraction for people in the 60s, but nowadays the only black and white Daleks you see are in Comic-Con exclusive action figure sets. I haven't actually seen the Dead Planet, as some people prefer to call it, rather than the Daleks, which is what this was adapted from. The film ended unsatisfactorily abruptly after a rubbish effect, where Ian, who seemed to develop in the film, going from a bumbling idiot into the guy who single-handedly saved everyone from the Daleks, back into a bumbling idiot. Luckily, I wasn't left with this sour taste in my mouth, because after 0 minutes of intermission, the second film began. Without a slide for the rating, even though this is the one that made the double bill into a PG, the second film was much more up my Shepperton backlot. Music, location filming, an actor I recognise, star of everything, Bernard Cribbins. I knew a lot more about this film than I did the other also. I'd seen the television serial and Dalek 6388's 2-part making of documentary for this film, which caused me to look out for the Trading Post's logo on the Dalek Reld clock. I don't remember as much of the plot of the second film, but I recall noting the similarities between this and the BBC television serial on which it is based by Mr. Telly Nation. I noticed the same sound effect used inside the Dalek saucer as was used inside the TARDIS in a few Jon Pertwee stories. Also noticeable about the Dalek saucer was the wires on which it was suspended. I can't say if they were noticeable on the home media releases, or the 2013 home media releases, or the 1966 film prints, but I noticed them in the cinema, which was a bit illusion-shattering. Also, one man in the second film's haircut reminded me of someone I'd seen in the TV series somewhere, but just could not remember. So while writing this, I thought long and hard about where I could have seen him, then combed through the cast list on various TARDIS wiki pages, only to discover I was thinking of Cyril Shaps in The Ambassadors of Death. Rewarding. I found the ending of Daleks Invasion Earth 2150 AD incredibly heartwarming and far superior to that of Doctor Who and the Daleks, so it was the perfect way to leave the cinema, which made it an enjoyable evening's viewing. Goodbye.